So here's the skinny. Last year, me and my buddy went snowmobiling and just about died. It took search and rescue 36 hours to find us and to get us back out.
Aaron and Craig coming in on the helicopter.
I thought I was extremely prepared. We both thought that we were really good in the woods, in the backcountry, and in the bush. We soon came to realize that we were in deep, deep trouble. So today, I want to go over what we now carry in our backpacks and in our sled bag. It doesn't matter if you're a sledder or a backpacker, this is some backcountry essentials that I now carry with me. Nope, no way, never happened to me. Been sledding for 20 years. In fact, I went to the Chris Brandt riding school and I had to show Chris Brandt a few tricks. Nope, impossible. Could never happen to me. And the only reason Chris Brandt is more popular than me is because he's got a fancy sled trailer. Wouldn't happen to me. All right, guys, I pack a lot of stuff now. Almost everybody makes fun of me with how much I pack, but guess what? Next time we get stuck in the bush, it's gonna be like a spa day in the bush. I have some really cool things to show you, some pretty basic stuff that everybody should carry, and some other things to make you think a little bit outside the box. Some of my friends that do sled or backcountry adventure, they have rethought what they've put in their bag after my experience, and I wanna share with you guys today. Hopefully, after seeing this video, you are more prepared so that you can survive the night, you can get out safe. Let's get through it. This is my sled bag. It's fairly big. I want to go through everything that we keep in here. Shovel is an absolute must. There's a saw inside this handle. And the nice thing about this shovel is you can hook it up like this so that you can pull snow however you need to. So you can hook it up like a shovel or you can hook it up like this. Really like that shovel. I like having it on top of my bag. I have one in my backpack as well, but sometimes you don't want to take off your backpack to get it out, so it's nice having one on top of your sled bag. You can keep your backpack on, access it very quickly. All right, let's get into my great big heavy duty sled bag here that everybody makes fun of. Extra gloves, heavier insulated, even for the ride down or if you get stuck or stranded. These are super nice. They're weatherproof. So extra pair of gloves, nice quality tow rope. This would have come in very, very handy. When we got stuck, the helicopter was hovering literally almost above us and could not find us. If we had these flares, it would have made it much easier to locate us. This plastic drop sheet, I'm gonna get into in a minute. A Ziploc bag that I kind of vacuum packed myself. I sucked all the air out of it. There's an insulated jacket in here. There's extra socks. There's a balaclava, some extra warm gear that literally packages into nothing, and it weighs nothing. It just takes up a little bit of space. So this would have been so nice to have. Big first aid kit is what I carry on my sled, so it's not in the weight on my backpack. This helps a lot. Very handy. This is a all-in-one thermos. So you can have a lid, coffee lid. You can take this off. So you can have 2 cups. This lid actually holds coffee grinds, tea, whatever you'd like in there, hot chocolate powder in there. And then this comes off. This is your strainer that you fill this up with water and boil this metal cup. You can pour the coffee grinds in there, and then this will strain down on it. So that's just the thermos. This uses as a strainer, strains the coffee grinds out. You can pour it into your mugs. You can do soup, you can do whatever you need to do with it. This is a very, very, very handy tool. The reason it's brand new is because my old one is burnt and trashed from that rescue experience. So brand new one, love it. Would not go backcountry without it. There you go. Nice little compact You can store stuff in there, socks, whatever you need to store in there until you need to use it. Great idea. I have extra balaclavas. I have some hand and feet warmers. We could have desperately used these. This is a must. This comes with me everywhere. So an extra change of under layers, your balaclava and your heat packs in there. Takes up a little bit of space, but I'm telling you, I wish I had this. So what makes you think that I need all that fancy equipment and carry around all that extra weight, huh? Out into the backcountry. I am the backcountry. I invented the backcountry. I don't need all that equipment. This is a propane bottle for an awesome burner that I have. I'll show you that in a minute too. When we got stranded, the little tiny survival blanket that comes in your first aid pack is the only thing that saved us. It literally saved our life, but it was so thin and so brittle that trying to pull it over the two of us kept ripping and tearing. I got a 5x8 tarp, packs into nothing. This would have come in unbelievably handy to build a quick shelter with. I have basically a block and tackle. It can operate a whole bunch of different ways. It's a hook, it's a rope, it's a pulley system, it's all sorts of stuff in one. I really like that. I keep a survival knife on me with a flint in my sled case. I also have a lot of similar stuff in this backpack that I'll show you, just in case I ever got separated from the sled. I have one or the other, or if I don't get separated from the sled and something breaks, then I have another one. So we kind of have two of everything. I know it sounds like overkill, you guys. If I'm ever in that situation again, or if you're ever in that situation, you're gonna want all this stuff, believe me. High quality survival knife with a flint, an extra saw. The saw in my shovel broke within 5 minutes. This is the only saw that we had left between the two of us. And you can see it took its wear and tear. You can see how easily that would snap. It's not high quality, it's just kind of to get you out of a pinch. This is a high quality riveted handle, super aggressive, doesn't have any folding components or anything else. It's not gonna break. It has a sheath. You can kind of carry it around with you if you need to. That would have been really nice. Obviously a little hatchet, 100 feet of parachute cord. It's unlimited the amount of things that you can do with this. Unbelievably important. Get a good quality headlamp. I have one in each pack. It makes it so much easier if you can work with both hands while you're in the dark and you're stranded, especially when you're in survival mode. A headlamp is a must. Tin foil. Tin foil can come in handy for anything. It can seal something. You can cook on it. You can use it as a fire reflector to put more heat towards you. You can put it around you. You can use it for a million different things. So this is probably about 6 feet of tin foil just wrapped up, and it's a must-have. Waterproof toolkit. Oh, now. Oh, here we go. Now he wants me to haul the whole toolbox on the back of the sled. Where am I going to put my beer? The waterproof part is the most important, because if your tools get rusted with the moisture and snow and everything else in your bag, there's no point in having a tool that you can't use or open, okay? Especially a crescent wrench or a pair of pliers or something like that. So a waterproof container is a must. I know this seems like a lot, you guys, but I would have loved to have had all of this. So I have a basic set of wrenches, full-size wrenches. I have some Neil nose, I have some JB Weld, I have some emery cloth, I have some electrical tape, zip ties, you name it. Crescent wrench, all sorts of goodies in there. Put whatever you think you need in there. I also keep this in there. This is the burner for this propane tank, okay? You don't want this burner getting wrecked. So I keep it in this hard case so that it just does not get smashed if you roll your sled over or whatever you're doing, okay? This is absolutely positively must have in the backcountry. You can get smaller propane tanks in this, and I have one in there. I have one in each one, but this here will literally boil water in 30 seconds. It is insane. It works so good. So it goes like this on top of the propane bottle, and you can boil a cup of water in this soup, whatever you bring with you, 30 seconds. It would have been unbelievably nice to have something warm to eat out there. We were in soaking wet wood in about 6.5 feet of snow. We literally could barely keep the fire going. So this would be unbelievable to have. And you could start a fire with it, you could keep warm with it, you could do all sorts of things. This is the crazy part that everybody laughs at me about. This is a barbecue cover.
A barbecue cover? Where did they find this guy, on The Bachelorette or something? How in God's green earth is a barbecue cover gonna make my sled go faster?
Go ahead, laugh it up. But I'll tell you what, I got an extra large barbecue cover. If you were trapped, you had a broken leg, a broken ankle, broken arm, and you just physically could not make a shelter, and you had to spend the night, you could slip this over top of you, you could cut a hole in the top of it, slip your head out, put a small 12-hour candle in there, and you'd be warm for 12 hours. You'd be out of the elements, you'd be warm, and you would be dry. That is key. Building the shelter and keeping the fire going was absolutely the hardest part of the survival. If you had an injury, you wouldn't be able to chop down trees and make a fire, so what would you do to survive? This would help you. Even if there was two of you, you could cut the front flap of it open and use it as a shelter and sit inside of it and have a fire outside of it, and at least you could stay out of the elements, you could stay out of the wind, you could stay out of the rain or wet snow, you could keep warm. So this 12-hour candle and this, I will not leave with anymore. That is essential to me. That can at least keep me warm and dry until somebody can come get me. And in the next video, what we're going to do is we're gonna try out all this equipment, and we're gonna set up a survival camp. I'm gonna spend the night in there, and I'm gonna try out all this gear for you. This tarp, this one has a reflective one side and a green other side. If you built a lean-to type structure where you had a bottom and a back, the fire, if you had it 4 or 5 feet away, would give you a little bit of heat. But if you had some tin foil on the other side of the fire to reflect the heat towards you, you would get even a little bit more heat. Now this is where this comes in. If you wrap the front of it, it now becomes a greenhouse. The heat will go in, but doesn't go out very easily. So it'll trap the heat of the fire. This little piece right here will keep you warm. I mean, this, and a fire, and you're good. So I carry a little bit too much maybe, and I get it, but I don't ever want to be in the position that I was in the last time, and I don't want you to be in the position you could potentially be in. Everybody says it'll never happen to me. I was that guy as well. It'll never happen to me. I've been sledding for 7, 8, 10 years. My buddy's been sledding for 7, 8, 10 years. Never happened to us. Well, it did. And we weren't fooling around. We weren't horsing around. We weren't high marking. It just happened. And I'll tell you the story later if you guys are interested. I'd be happy to share the story with you. But these are the survival items that are an absolute must for me. With these things in your pack, might weigh an extra 20 pounds, but guess what? You can survive no matter what with this stuff. In the next video, we're gonna show you how to survive with this stuff. And now I'm gonna open up my backpack and kind of show you that it all is basically the same thing. Right here, I don't want to tear it all apart, but I have a first aid kit here. I have some Kleenex, batteries there. I have tin foil here. And this is where I usually put my lunch and that kind of stuff, so I keep a little bit of room in there. This is the big compartment. So this is a pack of matches. This is a pack of twigs and sticks that are a little bit bigger to help start a fire. I tuck taped them up, waterproof them a little bit. Here's my smaller propane container. Here's my beacon. This is a must. You cannot go in the backcountry without this. They can't find you. You can't find your partner. You're in big trouble. This is a beacon. This is a Baofeng radio with a large antenna. That's a must. Some more matches, another survival candle. This is the survival blanket that is orange on one side and reflective on the inside. This would have been super handy for the helicopter to find us. We literally deployed our avalanche airbag because it's red, pulled it off, and we're throwing it up in the air so the helicopter could find us, okay? This would come in super handy. Rope, again, another change of clothes and heat packs, and my burner for this grill, almost identical to that other one. So I basically have 2 of everything. This is very cool. This actually turns into a large hacksaw. Okay, I'm gonna put it together for you. There you go. It literally goes together in 20 seconds. It's very, very rigid, and this could give you the opportunity to be more aggressive and cut some bigger wood than it would be a smaller saw like this. Okay? Between this, and a hatchet, you should be okay. So I love this thing. It takes up little to no space and it works amazing. I've tried it out. We're gonna try it out in the next video. So these are the kinds of things I like. That's what I keep in my pack. I feel very confident going out in the backcountry now. And if I had half of this stuff when I went out last time, it would have made life so much easier, and it wouldn't have been a survival or a near death type survival experience. It would have just been hurry up and wait type experience. So if I can help you to get back to your family and to get back to your loved ones, I hope this helps you. If it does, please leave a thumbs up. Please leave some comments of maybe something I missed or something that you're interested in, and subscribe to this channel. I would love to share more with you. And part 2 is gonna be me going outside and using all of this stuff. I'm gonna build that shelter I was talking about that makes it like a greenhouse. We're gonna check temperatures, we're gonna do all sorts of stuff. Thanks for tuning in, appreciate it. See you guys soon.